attention.
I'm a black woman, okay? I deserve respect. Don't be calling me no bitch.
In the grace of my style, I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman. That's me.
I'll never fall in love again.
Poetic Justice, a seriously underrated 90s drama.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Come here, baby. I want to whisper something to you.
Get the finna fall for that.
This film, directed by John Singleton, took us into the heart of South Central, showing us love, loss, and the real struggles of finding yourself. It's more than just a romance. It's a powerful look at healing and connection. Today, we're diving into a film that really resonated back in '93. But did you know it's packed with crazy secrets and behind-the-scenes stories that'll blow your mind? I've got 14 unbelievable facts that'll make you say, whoa!
To face the madness around him, all he had was the music in his soul. Fate brought them together.
Some you might know, but trust me, there's a lot more hidden than you think. And of course, a bonus fact at the end that's totally wild. You'll want to stick around for this. Number 14, Ice Cube's Pass. Let's dive right into a fascinating what-if scenario. You know how Tupac Shakur delivered that iconic performance as Lucky, the charming and complex mail carrier?
His name is Lucky.
What y'all doing?
Looking for some busters to jack.
Well, here's a curveball. That role was originally offered to none other than Ice Cube.
They'll find themselves in prison with a snorkel duct taped to their mouth and me down that snorkel.
Imagine that casting. But Cube, at that stage of his career, was laser focused on solidifying his hard-edged, uncompromising image.
Domino, say about that.
He was all about that raw, unfiltered authenticity, and he felt a romantic role simply didn't align with his brand. He was quoted as saying, in his characteristic directness, something along the lines of, "Nah, man, I'm not feeling the romance right now."
Sorry.
Hey, watch your mouth.
He was deeply involved in trespass.
I'm the black brother you're stuck with. Ice Cube, aka the wrong brother to with.
And had no time for love.
In Poetic Justice. He hit me up, you know. He was going to give me paid, too. I only had one problem with it, and he didn't want to change it.
It's truly intriguing to ponder how dramatically different Poetic Justice would have been with Ice Cube in that role. Can you even picture him and Janet Jackson sharing those intimate, vulnerable moments?
Give me your hand. Come on, give me your hand.
The chemistry, the dynamic, the entire tone of the film would have shifted. Number 13, Singleton's Second Shot. Now, John Singleton, the visionary behind Poetic Justice, wasn't exactly a novice when he embarked on this project. This was his sophomore effort, following the groundbreaking success of Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, you act like I ain't never had no barbecue before. The ladies eat. Gotta eat too.
A film that had catapulted him into the cinematic stratosphere. He was, in essence, still a relative newcomer, fresh out of film school, yet he possessed an innate storytelling ability and a powerful vision. He was, in his own words, winging it during the making of Boys in the Hood, relying on instinct and raw talent.
I'm gonna make this movie, it's gonna be called Boys in the Hood. And I started writing this screenplay.
But with Poetic Justice, he aimed to build upon that foundation, showcasing a different facet of his artistry. He wanted to explore themes of love, loss, and healing.
Alone, lying thinking last night how to find my soul a home where water is not thirsty and bread loaf is not stone.
Set against the backdrop of South Central Los Angeles.
In film school, they always say, write what you know. And what do I know? I know South Central Los Angeles.
He was determined to prove that he wasn't a one-hit wonder, that he could craft a film with emotional depth and nuance.
I wanted to do something more benign and heartfelt in a different way than Boys in the Hood.
Number 12, the AIDS test rumor. Okay, let's delve into a real behind-the-scenes drama bomb. Word on the street, and even corroborated by Q-Tip, was that Janet Jackson allegedly requested that Tupac Shakur undergo an AIDS test before their kissing scene. Now,
Janet Jackson insisted that you have an AIDS test, and you said, forget it.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Absolutely true. They wanted me to take an AIDS test for this love scene.
John Singleton attempted to dismiss it as a joke, a bit of lighthearted on-set banter intended to ease tension. But let's be honest, it didn't land well. Tupac, understandably, felt singled out and disrespected.
But if I'm gonna do a love scene with her just like somebody else did, and they didn't take a test, I'm not taking a test.
Can you imagine the awkwardness? The tension must have been palpable, thick enough to cut with a knife. It really highlights the delicate power dynamics and sensitivities that can arise on a film set, especially when you have such prominent and strong-willed personalities involved.
Now, you got Janet.
This became a talking point.
It became a talking point, but so many different stories from it, but you had to be there. So you had to look at it from a different perspective.
It's a reminder that even seemingly innocuous jokes can have a significant impact. Number 11, Lloyd Avery, The Second's Tragic End. Now, this is where the story takes a truly dark and disturbing turn. Remember Lloyd Avery II? He played small but memorable roles in both Boys and the Hood and Poetic Justice.
That's him. Remember that spot-headed dude? That's him, dude. Look.
Well, his life took a horrifying detour. He ended up in prison for a double homicide, a stark contrast to the fictional violence he portrayed on screen. And then, get this, his cellmate, a self-proclaimed Satan worshiper, brutally murdered him.
He ended up killing 2 people, double homicide. He went to Pelican Bay, and he got strangled to death by his cellmate in 2005.
It's a chilling reminder of the harsh realities that exist beyond the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, and how the lives of these actors can intersect with violence in the most unexpected ways. Number 10, Dedrick Gobert's fate. It gets even more tragic. Another Poetic Justice actor.
I wanted to tell you something. Remember Lil D? Lil Derek? D-Dog from up there? Man, yesterday he got his ass capped out.
Dedrick Gobert met a violent end shortly after the film's release. He was involved in a fight that broke out at an illegal drag race in Los Angeles and was shot and killed. This wasn't just some random incident. Gobert, who also had a role in Boys in the Hood,
Look, you don't know what I'll be getting. No dope head.
Was caught in the middle of a conflict that escalated rapidly. It's a sobering thought that John Singleton's portrayal of hood culture was not just a dramatic reconstruction. It was the reality for many people in South Central LA. Number 9, Rodney King verdict impact. Remember the Rodney King beating? Those cops got off. Not guilty. Can you believe it? The whole city erupted, man. It was chaos, riots, fires, the whole 9 yards. That's the backdrop for Poetic Justice, real-life drama unfolding as they were filming.
Willfully and unlawfully commit an assault upon Rodney Glenn King.
John Singleton has spoken extensively about how that moment became indelibly linked to the film. He was literally on his way to set when the news broke that the officers involved in the beating had been acquitted.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Lawrence M. Powell, not guilty.
It inevitably seeped into the atmosphere on the Poetic Justice set, adding another layer of depth and context to the film. Number 8, Janet's iconic braids. All right, let's tone it down a bit. Let's talk about Janet Jackson's iconic braids, shall we? They weren't just a hairstyle. They were a cultural statement, a symbol of strength and beauty. It wasn't just some random hairstyle. Singleton, Janet, her choreographer, Tima Robinson, and a dancer named Josie Harris, they all had input.
Where was in my heart?
And get this, they drew inspiration from a dancer in Michael Jackson's Remember the Time video. Number 7. Jada Pinkett Smith's audition. Did you know Jada Pinkett Smith tried out for the role of Justice? But Singleton always had Janet Jackson in mind. Despite the chemistry between Jada and Tupac,
but as soon as he approached me, he was like a magnet. It was like once you paid attention to him, he kind of sucked you in.
Singleton wrote the role specifically for Janet. Everyone else just showed up, hoping for a shot at a rare black female lead in a major film.
What's your name, sweetback?
Justice.
Justice.
Number 6. Kendrick Lamar's tribute. Kendrick Lamar's Poetic Justice song.
Live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice.
Yeah, that's a straight-up homage to the film. He even sampled Janet Jackson's music. He tried to get her involved in the music video too, but unfortunately, it didn't pan out. It's a reminder of the enduring legacy of poetic justice and how it continues to inspire artists across generations. Number 5. Tupac biopic snub. Poetic Justice got completely snubbed in the Tupac Shakur biopic, All Eyes on Me.
We got a big platform, man. Use that platform to make change.
Probably because Singleton left the project and he was throwing shade at it. He was like, they're trying to defame Pac.
They totally disrespected his legacy by making a bad film. A lot of people went to see the movie off as curiosity. They were disappointed.
It's a controversial omission, given the film's significance in Tupac's acting career. Number 4. Maya Angelou's poetry. Maya Angelou didn't just cameo in the movie.
Their parents are not taking care of the children. They are not telling them the difference between right and wrong.
She wrote all the poems Justice recited.
Still can't see. I say, it's the arch of my back, the sun of my smile.
Singleton was struggling to write them himself. Then he read her work and it clicked. He even named his daughter Justice Maya. Number 3. Usher's early days. Before Usher was a superstar,
Peace up, A-Town down. Yeah.
He was just a 14-year-old kid on the Poetic Justice soundtrack. His song Call Me was his first taste of the music biz. It's a glimpse of his future stardom. Number 2. Maya Angelou made Tupac cry. Maya Angelou had a profoundly moving heart-to-heart with Tupac Shakur on the set of Poetic Justice, and it brought him to tears. This wasn't just a casual conversation. It was a deeply personal exchange that touched Tupac's soul. She asked him poignant questions about his life, his experiences, and his sense of self-worth. She reminded him of the struggles and sacrifices of his ancestors, emphasizing the importance of his existence. Tupac, deeply moved by her words, broke down in tears. Even Janet Jackson, who witnessed the interaction, was astonished by Angelou's ability to reach Tupac on such a profound level. Number 1. Mixed reviews. Poetic Justice was a film that divided critics. While some praised its emotional depth and authentic portrayal of life in South Central LA,
The race of man is suffering, and I can hear the moan. 'Cause nobody can make it out here alone.
others criticized its pacing and narrative structure. However, one aspect of the film that received universal acclaim was the performances of Janet Jackson
You do is get drunk all the time. That's why I never go any place with you, because you always acting crazy.
and Tupac Shakur.
Feminist.
What you call me?
Said you were mean.
Roger Ebert, in particular, lauded their on-screen chemistry, describing their relationship as genuine and compelling. He recognized the vulnerability and authenticity they brought to their roles, highlighting their ability to connect with the audience on an emotional level.
It took me a long time to come down here. I know I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Despite the mixed reviews, the film resonated with audiences, achieving commercial success and earning award nominations. Bonus: Gold Soundtrack. The Poetic Justice soundtrack was more than just a collection of songs. It was a musical accompaniment to the film's narrative.
And I'll never fall in
enhancing its emotional impact and cultural resonance. Featuring a diverse range of artists, including TLC, Naughty by Nature, Babyface, and Stevie Wonder, the soundtrack captured the essence of the film's themes and setting. It was a commercial juggernaut, achieving gold certification and reaching impressive chart positions. Tupac himself contributed to the soundtrack.
My definition of a thug.
The soundtrack's success shows just how the power of music is used to amplify a film's message and create a lasting cultural impact. And there you have it, Poetic Justice, a film that goes beyond the surface. It's about real life, real emotions, and the journey to understanding oneself and others. It's a reflection of the challenges and triumphs of its characters, delivered with a unique style and undeniable heart. From the behind-the-scenes stories to the powerful performances, this film holds more layers than you might have realized. So revisit Poetic Justice with these insights in mind. You might discover a deeper appreciation for its story. And remember, the most impactful stories are the ones that resonate with truth.